Greetings, graduates and invited guests. It is my great pleasure to introduce our honored speaker today, Mr. Raul Raymundo. Mr. Raymundo has long understood the challenges and strengths of working class and immigrant families. After earning his bachelor's degree from Carleton College in Northfield, Minnesota, he returned to the Chicago neighborhood where he grew up and co-founded the Resurrection Project in 1990 with seed capital of $30,000 from 6 Chicago area parishes. Since its inception, the Resurrection Project has leveraged this capital into over $600 million in community investment and positively impacted thousands of individuals in Southwest Side Latino city neighborhoods and in the western suburbs. Under Mr. Raymundo's leadership as CEO, the Resurrection Project seamlessly blends community development, community organizing, human service delivery, and advocacy to build healthier and engaged communities, and today is one of the region's most innovative and effective community development organizations working in every area of community life. Mr. Raymundo currently serves on several local and national boards, including chair of the board of Self-Help Federal Credit Union, with its multi-state operations and national policy impact. He also is co-chair of the American Business Immigration Coalition, a member of the board of the National Association of Latino Asset Builders, Start Early, the Illinois Justice Project Advisory Board, St. Anthony Hospital Ministry Board, and a member of the leadership team for the United Power for Action and Justice. Mr. Raymundo is a recipient of numerous awards and recognitions, in addition to being a Greater Chicago Leadership Fellow, and has mentored many leaders in Chicago and across the nation. It is my distinct pleasure and deep honor to introduce Mr. Raul Raymundo as our honored commencement speaker.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me to share this celebration of accomplishments with the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. I am grateful and honored to share this platform with such a distinguished community. I must admit, prior to receiving this invitation, I had limited knowledge of the Chicago School. But as I learned more of your mission, your focus on diversity, social responsibility, and the many accomplishments of your worldwide alumni, I am humbled to have been invited to share my thoughts. First, on behalf of the Resurrection Project, congratulations, felicidades. Your accomplishments would be impressive at any time, but they are especially remarkable considering all that we have been through this past year. As you know, the COVID-19 crisis, police brutality, and other injustices coupled with the imbalanced recovery of the 2008 recession has seriously exposed the inequities in health, housing, education, childcare, wealth, and citizenship. Despite all the challenges you have witnessed and or experienced, you have persevered. Today, you are demonstrating the resolve not just to become an alum, but also to make a difference in our social fabric. I agree with the Chicago School statement, a new normal is not good enough. If a new normal is just going back to pre-pandemic times, then where's the justice in that? I too believe in the world like the Chicago School where homelessness is reduced, mental health is destigmatized, everyone has access to quality and integrated healthcare. Healthcare disparities are eliminated, and of course, all healthcare professionals are culturally competent. I believe that coming out of these crises, we need stronger, more vibrant, and healthier individuals and communities everywhere. The next economic and social recovery should leave no one behind. As someone who has been fighting for social and economic justice for multiple decades, I know things won't get resolved overnight. It takes patience and tremendous hard work. As an immigrant from Mexico, I was taught at a very young age the value of service and giving back to community. In 1990, 2 years out of college, I co-founded the Resurrection Project in the community that I grew up with $30,000 seed capital from area parishes. Our mission was and still is to build relationships and challenge people to act on their faith and values to build a healthier community. Early on, as a community organizer, I understood the power of one-on-one relationships. Having conducted hundreds of them, I learned how to listen and understand people's self-interest. In other words, what would motivate people and institutions to act? In doing so, we built power, forged partnerships, and built the know-how to act through the self-interest identified. We learned how to address an issue instead of pretending to solve an entire problem. For example, homelessness is a huge problem, but we made it into an issue in our neighborhood. By doing so, we not only helped to preserve the doors open for the homeless shelter, but also acquired the only single-room occupancy building in the neighborhood. Today, the Resurrection Project is a multifaceted regional social impact organization that operates with an entrepreneurial spirit and takes action on how it impacts a person's life. Part of the strategic action is converting problems into issues. Like the homelessness example, we recognize early on that we can come up with solutions for issues because issues are winnable and achievable rather than mistakenly believe that we can solve an entire problem. We also work from an asset-based perspective rather than a deficit viewpoint. In other words, we decided to build on the tangible assets and non-tangible assets of the community. The tangible assets included, for example, its geography, its churches, and other institutions. The non-tangible assets, equally important, if not more, are the culture, the language, the values, and the spirit of the community. I believe that every challenged community in the world has positive attributes to build from. The Resurrection Project and the School of Professional Psychology have a lot in common as two unique social impact organizations. The Chicago School's values of education, innovation, service, and community are in alignment with our core values of passion, character, and commitment. For us, passion is acting with faith, confidence, and conviction to serve society. Character is operating with respect, professionalism, morals, and ethics. Commitment is driven to go above and beyond a sense of duty and obligation. As you go into your journey to make a difference, you will go into diverse communities to work with people who are eager learners, activists, advocates, as well as people in need. As a future change agent, I look forward to our paths crossing and continuing to make a difference in people's lives. As you know, the crises we have witnessed are not over. As the pandemic wanes, many will get through it fine, others will struggle to get back on track, and unfortunately, many already, over 3 million worldwide and 600,000 in the United States, have perished. Also, the other inequities exposed during the pandemic, especially in poor communities and communities of color, have widened. I believe that the education you have received at the Chicago School has prepared you to be change agents. Our mission must include relating with others and fighting side by side for social and economic justice. We don't live alone. We belong to a community, and hence it is not enough just to show empathy for one another. Accountability and responsibility are paramount in our own personal mission. The pandemic has reminded us of that. Moving forward, we need to do things differently to make things better. Let's unify our spirits and our values and act with conviction, because creating a new normal society is not good enough. Once again, I congratulate you and wish you much success in taking on issues you seek to address. With you as change agents, I look forward to a better world.